Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and I am bitterly disappointed, and I don't know what I'm going to do, and I've got to call up my denturist. My upper plate has been feeling kind of weird these past couple of weeks, and last night, after I was on walkies, I was eating something, gummy bears, and then I noticed, already, I noticed that it was starting to feel like it was pinching my tongue, the roof of my tongue on my plate. And then it was. And so I took it out. And starting from right up in here and running almost halfway back is a crack. I've never dropped them. I've just kept them in my mouth and eaten. And they broke from the stresses because they don't fit properly. My tissues have been being resorbed so quickly that they don't fit properly after a while. It's been 6 months since I had the soft liners put in them from last time because the top plate was so loose it hurt. And now I gotta call up the denturist. I am so sorry about this. It's been 45 minutes and I've been coughing and hacking to try and clear my throat. And now what happens? It's a minute and a half and already I've had to cough twice. I am so very sorry. But I gotta call up my denturist. I can't be the first person this has happened to. So hopefully they're not just going to be saying, oh well. Hopefully I'll be able to get them fixed or recast or something. Because right now, after I'm done recording, I gotta take these out so they don't just flat break. And this is bad because if they don't fix them, if I have to pay for them, I can't. I have no money. I mean, this last month, I've eaten 2 bags of potatoes, and that's all I've had. I can't afford to get these things fixed if I have to pay for it, and without them, I'm not going to be able to eat. My gum lines don't match up. My lower jaw juts forward. If I try to match up my gum lines by bringing my lower jaw up, all it does is strain and hurt my muscles because my lower jaw keeps coming up because my gum line here and my gum line here just go like this. I can't even gum food. If I don't have an upper plate, I don't know what I'm going to do, quite literally. So I got to call the denturist, and then hopefully they're going to get them fixed, at least at low cost, if not no cost. I mean, it's only been 2 years since I've had these ones. 2 years, and they broke from eating food. Again, I can't be the only person, so hopefully they're going to be taking care of this. Like I said, if not no cost, at least low cost. Otherwise, when that breaks, but before that happened, yesterday my housemates actually grilled again, and so I got to eat meat, and I fell asleep again after doing so with my stomach filled with proteins, and so that was nice and it tasted good. It's just I know that didn't help with the plate. In fact, it's eating stuff like that helped to cause the problem because you have to bite and bear down, and when they're not fitting properly and the stressors happen. But originally I had planned on going walkies at about 6 o'clock because my recording and uploading day finished at about 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and everything was uploaded, and I was going to go on walkies at about 6 o'clock, but it was warm and starting to cool off, but I was just feeling lazy, and it got later, and it got later, and it got later, and then it was 8:15, 8:30, and I went, I gotta go walkies. I can't just not. And so I was just going to walk around town. I was going to walk, it's 3 miles, maybe, on the route I take. But I got going and I went, you know what? I'm just going to make the walk to Walmart. And so that's when I walked all the way to Walmart. And you can buy a bag of gummy bears for $1. And I scraped up all the change that I had and I bought some gummy bears. And that's when this happened. But until that happened, it was a nice walk. I was having some, not breathing issues, but staying oxygenated stuff because it had been like 2 days since I had gone walkies. So the first half of the walk, especially since it's the big uphill to get to Walmart, where you're gaining like 300 to 150, 200, probably closer to 250 feet of altitude. I actually should check that out on Google Maps. They've got that info. But of course, you know, it's been a couple days since I'm walking. So it's more difficult. Denture adhesive. Blobs come loose, then you gotta smush them against the dentures, otherwise you've gotta go bleh, bleh, with stuff on your tongue. But I get to the top, and it takes a long time to walk. It's a long stretch. It's like a half-mile climb up. So of course I'm out of breath on that. But after I got to Walmart and then cruised around and then came back, I mean, even before getting to downhill, which is a nice easy walk, but also at the same time you got to fight gravity, so it's not that easy. It was a good walk. I mean, I was broken when I got back and I had to sit and it hurt, but hey, I can do it, and that's a good thing right there. Definitely a thumbs up. Definitely. Past that, still trying to think of stories. I end coming up with stuff to talk about on this. I'm coming up with working on an actual script for my radio thing. It's different for me. I don't usually script. I mean, generally I'm just extemporaneous. Everything is off the top of my head. And following a script is hard because I just don't have the discipline to not veer off the rails and start ad-libbing and then go, oh, and then click on something and then start ranting on that. It's difficult to follow a script, but I can do it. So I got a lot of stuff I'm talking about. There's not a lot of weirdness, but what is there is weird, and there is weirdness, and there is major weirdness. So, but it's not a Night Vale type thing where everyone accepts weirdness as, hey, that's just, it's Night Vale, and nobody thinks about it because it's normal. No, this is weirdness that everyone knows is weird and bizarre, but hey, you live here, you can't afford to move, you know, it's an odd situation, but as long as you're careful, you're going to be safe, so you live with it. Kind of weirdness. So, working on that, hopefully get that done in the next day or two. Of course, if this breaks, I'm not going to be able to talk because it's very difficult to talk when you don't have anything to brace your tongue against for your sharp duh. That's why people sound so weird when they talk with no dentures. They've got nothing to brace their tongue against to make those sounds like ugh. Yeah, you gotta make that sound ugh, against teeth. And when you've got no teeth, that's hard. I found out the other day. Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about too. I found out the other day that back in the 1800s in like Victorian England, one big present to give young people for like their 21st birthday was a gift to go and get all their teeth yanked out so they could get dentures. That was a big thing back then because no real dental health, and so teeth rotted out of your mouth, and that probably caused a lot of the mortality rate. We are discovering that bad teeth is a direct pipeline to your heart, and so bad teeth, heart infections, a lot of the issues with heart mortality, bad teeth. So yeah, getting their teeth yanked and getting dentures was good. Of course, they made dentures differently back then. After all, one of the big things that made people money around the world was coming to the United States, to where the Civil War was, and yanking all those teeth out of the skulls they could find on battlegrounds so that they could go back home and make dentures out of them. We as human beings have had zero respect for the dead ever. Because after that, a really big thing that was huge in making not only industry, agriculture grow, but it made people money, was after a couple of years, you went out, you gathered up all the bones of the dead, and then you ground up the bones and you sold it as fertilizer. We have no respect for our own dead. After all, one of the big things they used to power the steam locomotives with, oddly enough, back when they first, 200 years back in those days, mummies from Egypt. There were so many of them, they just shoved them into the furnaces on their locomotives and used the bodies of the dead to drive their vehicles. Thumbs up. Yeah, we have no respect for the dead, and good, bad, or indifferent, I don't know. But it was learning things quickly before I run out of time. Learning things. I like learning things. I love learning things. I feel delighted when I can find, depending, some things I'm finding out, like American history and all that, not good. Stuff that should have been taught but hasn't been, that I'm having to find out at 56. But I love learning things. I feel delighted when I find out something new. Like I just found out that the seahorse crab, it's not the horseshoe crab, is actually an arachnid. It's not a crustacean. But I was at Walmart and there was this woman trying to get a cart out of the carts. They stick. And she was one of the semi-recent, we've had a wave of immigration in this area. We have tons of Guatemalans, Guatemalans, Hondurans, Nicaraguans, and Mexicans. It's a huge thing. And I don't think that's bad. I think that's very cool. In fact, when I was there and I saw I was leaving, I had gummy bears in a cart. So I gave her my cart. She had no idea what I was saying. But her little kid, and this was so cool, little kid, he was like 3 or some odd, looked up and he goes, "Thank you," and was like, "You are very, very welcome," I said with a smile as I left. And I felt good about that whole thing. It was awesome. There's no official language in the United States. It's easier if you can speak the language that the majority speaks, but you don't have to. And the way I look upon this, I like learning things. I love learning. When I was younger in high school, I took 4 years of German and loved it. So when I was in Germany for 2 years, I got to speak with the German nationals in their own language, and it all came flooding back, and it was awesome. I love learning. It's harder to learn languages when you're older. But you know what? Because I like learning, if I have to become bilingual, something that is so incredibly wonderful for your brain, that helps you think better, if I have to learn new things and make my brain work better to help some people integrate into the community, thumbs up for that. I get to learn stuff. I love learning stuff. I love languages. I love things. The mind functions like a parachute. It only works when open. Thumbs up for that. And it's hard. Remember, it's hard to learn languages if you're not a child. So if I was somebody that moved to another country and I had my smaller community of people that spoke my language and I had the greater community that doesn't, I would probably take a long time to try and learn. But that's just me. And after all, when you're in a different body, you think differently. That's one of the big things we all forget, is like they go, I wouldn't act like that person. Well, if you were that person, yeah, you would. You wouldn't act like them now because you don't have that brain and body. But if you are them, having lived their life with their genetic issues, with the way that they've been taught, yeah, you probably would act just like them. It's a sobering thought. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, but I'm going to go through afterward. Thumbs up each one I read, answer as many as I can. So good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. Thank you for having left one. If I mispronounced the username, my sincere apologies. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. And it's arranged because, hey, even though I count in American Sign Language, I got fibro and depression, and I forget things at the drop of a hat. So let me call on my Chrome. And we have Carlos Alfredo Hernandez Garcia. Thumbs up and thank you very, very much. Sam0610, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, good to see you in the comments. Lord Judgment 1818, thumbs up and good to see you. At Nightfall, thumbs up and thank you. Spectacular Spidey, cool name, thumbs up. And we have Krythos with, it looks like kanji afterward. Thank you very, very much. Kasra Shahadiname, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And DJ Wild Snake, thumbs up and thank you. Vegard Tobias, Kiesarud Bjornich? No, Bornich? No, there's no J, so Bornich? I am so sorry I butchered your name, but thank you very, very much. And B, thank you very, very much. Parker Roberts, greatly appreciated. Merciful Yeet, with 3s instead of E's. Kathy Kitscat, thumbs up and thank you. Aurelia Austria, thank you very, very much. And Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Underscore Cherry, thumbs up and thank you for commenting. I miss people when they're not commenting. Dogius, greatly appreciated. And Bryce is lit, thumbs up and thank you. That was a terrible symbol, but I just did it properly there. And then J Rock, thumbs up and thank you. Sam Cuts, thumbs up. Martin Espinoza, greatly appreciated. And then we have Drew Jellison, thank you. Buggy Boy, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Ari Capistarat. I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. And if anybody ever from the comments ever watches, I don't do reactions right now. A lot of people asking if I still do. Well, I've made a lot of videos explaining why I don't, but I make a lot of videos, so everything gets buried. Anyway, though, thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. I don't know why I rushed that. Sorry about that. Anyway, though, if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence, a definite thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit that bell, otherwise YouTube isn't going to let you know when my videos come out. That would be very cool, very appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to. I mean, seriously, I would understand. But if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now to the literal end of time. And of course, if you could check out the Humble Bundle thing up there, that I'm partnered with them. I've actually been paid 3 times in 2.5 years. If you use my link down below to purchase something from them, I actually get paid. So it's a thumbs up. They sell iOS software, Android software, PC software. They have games, ebooks, e-comic books, all sorts of stuff. And a Humble Bundle thing where you subscribe and you get a whole busload of games every single month. It's a good thing. So if you could check that out, it'd be awesome. Don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled, but it would be cool if you could. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, shuckle my duckle. I got this video here, in case you didn't notice that you were watching one. I mean, it happens. And I got another video I need to edit and render. I need to record, edit, and render another one. I need to keep my upper plate from shattering entirely. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I can't remember if there's anything else I say. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. I still haven't called about my arm. I'm a turtle. I'm a very slow, bad turtle. Yeah. So I will see you on the flip side, my friends, and that is a very good thing. I know I sort of faded out here, sorry.